Next time you're in Toronto, instead of going up the CN Tower, or down Graffiti Alley, or going to Casa Loma, you should check out some of these off-the-beaten-path tourist attractions that I guarantee you will not be as crowded. There's like 1,000 people over there. Huh? Some of these are on Google Maps and others aren't, and they may stretch what you consider a tourist attraction.
This is my plaque in front of my house.
Why is there a Stonehenge in Toronto? I don't know. Welcome to Jurassic Park. But when I visit new places, or even places that I've been before, I always like to find the weird little things that give a city character. Here's to you, the straightest fence in North York. Probably. So without further ado, hi, I'm Dylan, you're watching Not Exactly Normal, and these are Toronto's weirdest tourist attractions. A lot of the more established tourist attractions come with their own official plaques. Like this one that commemorates the visit of the Duke and Duchess of Cornwall and York in 1901. Or this one, which explains the origins of the Santa Claus Parade. Or this one in a tiny parkette on the Danforth, celebrating Alexander the Great for some reason. I guess he didn't have enough accolades. But unlike those plaques, this plaque is only pretending to be official. This is the Toronto Recursive History Project about Toronto's recursive history. To learn more about it, I chatted with its architect.
So I always wanted a plaque in front of my house. I think it was a thing where, you go to cities like New York or London and there's plaques everywhere. And I always thought, is it because they have more history there? Did more stuff just happen there? More famous people live there? It's like, well, lots of people lived here and lots of stuff happened here. So maybe we just don't have enough plaques. Do we not have enough history? Or do we not have enough plaques? And then it's sort of a loop, a recursive problem. So we decided to solve a recursive problem with a recursive plaque.
So it's on Google Maps.
Yeah.
Did you put it on Google Maps? Or did
I did. I claimed it on Google Maps and maintained my page there. So the business is open, regular hours. And I love watching people stop and read it. I like when people stop and read it and then get angry. That's my favorite part. I'm like, oh, I stopped to read this and nothing actually happened here. And yeah, they're right. It's true.
You're in real life clickbaiting people.
Yes, yes. I don't know if anyone comes to Toronto specifically to see it.
I think that would grant you a Michelin star.
Yeah, it's true. That's fair. At least the bib Michelin.
Yeah. Maybe that's your next project, is a fake Michelin star for the plaque.
It deserves it, I think.
And then you did give me one of these stickers. Do you want to talk about those?
Yeah, so the sticker reads, all I got was this sticker for visiting the Toronto Recursive History Project, and all I got was this sticker for visiting the Toronto Recursive History Project, and all I got was, and it goes on like that. So just to really hit that note. We did get a note after the first round of media attention from the Toronto Heritage Department. Yeah. And it was a very kind note saying, just please don't make another one, but thank you. But I say the more plaques, the better. Let 1,000 plaques bloom, that's what I say. Yeah. The more people see it, the more people see it. And then the more people see it,
the more people see it. One of Toronto's biggest tourist attractions is the Royal Ontario Museum, famous for its awesome collection of dinosaurs, but also this very divisive structure called the Crystal. A bit of a weird name, as only a quarter of it is made of glass. Sidebar, it was originally meant to be almost entirely made of glass, but after they designed it, they realized that it wouldn't bear the weight of the snow in the winter, and so they pivoted and built almost the entire thing out of aluminum, resulting in it being rather divisive. But back to the dinosaurs. While the ROM does have a fantastic collection of dinos, none of them are metal or rusty or free to the public year-round. So instead, why not come here to see some much less realistic dinosaurs made out of rusty metal? It's free, and it's fun for the whole family, assuming you've all recently had your tetanus shots. Welcome to Jurassic Park. Looks like this T-Rex didn't make it. Maybe that one killed him. Look at this one, he's so cute. He's also gonna eat me. So there's a sign out front that says basically be really careful around these because they're made out of sharp, rusty metal. And of course, I immediately walked into this dude's horn. Thankfully, I was wearing really thick denim, so I don't need to go get a tetanus shot. But if you do come here, watch out, because these guys are pretty easy to bump into. And they're rusty. This place has it all. There's a T-Rex, a Velociraptor, a Brontosaurus maybe, and I think a Stegosaurus over there. You'd think after producing a series all about dinosaurs that I'd be a bit better at identifying them, but I'm not, so let's move on. All of these dinosaurs were cut by a company called ASalmonInTheRiverOfLife. Just thought I should mention that, as if you need to get cool rusty dinosaur art made, seems like ASalmonInTheRiverOfLife is your website. They didn't sponsor this. Toronto isn't shy about its rocks. The store behind me just sells rocks, but that's not what I wanted to show you. Right on the edge of downtown, here in Yorkville, there's this giant rock, which is actually made up of a bunch of smaller rocks, creatively nicknamed The Rock. It's around 1 billion years old and weighs 650 tons and was brought here in pieces on 20 flatbed trucks, and then it was pieced back together like a giant puzzle. And then there's this massive boulder on Bloor Street, which is over 1 billion years old, and unlike the Yorkville rock, it was actually dug up here when they were renovating this parkette a few years ago. Also, unlike the Yorkville rock, no one's really sure how it got here. The CBC interviewed a U of T prof who believes it floated here trapped in an iceberg 14,000 years ago, but nobody knows for sure. Right next to it are 2 large pieces of granite, which were much less interestingly shipped here from Quebec. And then there's these rocks, which form a mini Stonehenge on Toronto's waterfront. Why is it here? Well, much like the real Stonehenge, no one really knows. Well, I'm sure someone does, but they've posted literally no information about this. Okay, so I managed to find the plaque, and apparently this monument was created to celebrate the Earth Spirit Festival in 1991. Why is it Stonehenge? It didn't say. Or there's the piece of the Matterhorn that's sitting at the base of the CN Tower. This one's been here since 1981 when it was gifted to us by Switzerland. Here I am in front of the actual Matterhorn doing the most original of poses. But this Toronto rock-based attraction is a bit more of a head-scratcher. It's a pile of old concrete left over from some construction project, but it's in the middle of the Crothers Woods. Not exactly near a construction site or anything. Oh, and if you hadn't noticed, it's been painted. Why? Well, no one really knows, but like the graffiti over there says, "This place rocks." I don't know its name, but I do have a vague memory of it being called the Happy Rocks, but it's entirely possible that I made that up. But there's more to Toronto than rocks. Wait, is that why we named a lacrosse team the Toronto Rock? This is one of my favorite tourist attractions in Toronto. It's one that's lost and regained its tourist attraction status on Google Maps several times. Oh, and it also has a blog from its perspective. This is the straightest fence in North York. Sometime toward the end of 2024, some warm soul gave this fence in a parking lot in North York a Google Maps pin as a tourist attraction. And since then, they've taken up writing from the fence's perspective on Blogspot. I'll read you a little bit. Hello world. It feels strange yet thrilling to finally share my story. For so long, I've stood quietly here in North York, watching the world move around me, but now people are paying attention. You see, I've recently been given an unexpected honor. I'm now a tourist attraction on Google Maps, and not just any fence. I'm known as the straightest fence in North York. I did bring a level and a square with me to check the veracity of its name, but without checking all the other fences in North York, I'll just have to take its word for it. I mean, it doesn't look like it's level. Then again, it's not claiming to be the levelest fence in North York, but the straightest, and it looks pretty straight. Sadly, the fence hasn't updated its blog since mid-November when it lost its tourist attraction status on Google Maps, though it has since regained it. I wonder if no one's told it. You know you're back to being a tourist attraction, right, buddy? Hopefully it will post again soon and update us about all the proposals, breakups, and police chases it's witnessed in the time since its last post. But until then, here's to you, the straightest fence in North York. Probably. Feel like a cheers doesn't work with a straw, but it's what I have. Oh, and then you have all the moose statues, which I think I already did a video about. You should go watch it. There you have it. Those are my picks for Toronto's weirdest tourist attractions. What are some of your favorites or favorite weird tourist attractions in your city? Please let me know in the comments, and if you like this sort of thing, please consider subscribing for new episodes around once a month. Also, if you'd like to support me and this channel, I do have a Patreon you can check out where I post early access to videos, exclusive content, behind the scenes stuff, and any other perks I can realistically come up with. Your support on Patreon means I can continue working on this channel full time. Thanks so much for watching.